morning. It's pretty amazing. A whole bunch of sheep. We're doing this. So there are hot springs on the Rio Grande. Oh, there's a little baby. Honestly, a lot of sightings going up. Makes it a gem. This feels so crazy driving in my parents' neighborhood. It's been since June that I drove away from here. It is not supposed to be this cold in Texas. With the weather conditions like they are right now, he recommends going up into the mountains. Black bear crossing. Look at that. I think I missed it. The fog is already set in. Just like that, in a span of 5 minutes, this whole basin, which was perfectly clear, got swallowed up. It is starting to clear just a little bit. I just got so lucky. The fog that I watched roll in has rolled out, and now it's warm in here again. That was incredible, getting to see the fog roll in and out of here. I am now going to make my way to Santa Elena Canyon, which has the Rio Grande running through it. What you're looking at over my shoulder is actually Mexico. The Rio Grande is right there. USA on this side, Mexico on this side. So this is Santa Elena Canyon. This is the Rio Grande. I'm standing obviously in the US, and just across there is Mexico. Interesting. When I was here 10 years ago, we actually hiked 1.7 miles round trip. That's the way across right there. And it would involve wading at least knee-deep water, maybe thigh-deep water, which in this weather, that's pretty damn cold. So I do see some people way down there. So I'm guessing they must have found another way around. So I'm scanning this rock wall because that's where they said the sheep were and where the mountain lion just got one of the sheep just recently. Like, I see two hikers over there who I'm going to talk to who apparently got footage of it. That's unreal. Good morning from Cottonwood Campground. It's pretty chilly. It is morning number 2 here in Big Bend National Park. It's so strange to see a place in the desert that's got these big puddles kind of flooding a little bit. Makes me curious of what I'm about to find as I go elsewhere. going back to the scene of the crime. So I thought about waiting until the weather gets better, but that is gorgeous. It's pretty amazing. So the trail normally would cross right there, but the water's so high, you can actually walk through this brush and find a way around it. So I'm gonna check that out. There's a whole bunch of sheep up on the rock face and I have to switch lenses. Let me show you. So we've made it up the muddy side. That was really cool seeing the sheep. Now, working our way towards the canyon. Well, this is pretty crazy. Yikes. Okay, we're back on the official trail. My shoes are covered in mud. So you've got these switchbacks here at the start of the canyon. Up here above me is where the sheep came from, and where just less than 24 hours ago, where they saw a mountain lion come down and get one of the sheep. Oh yeah, this is the spot. They were standing right by the sign, filming up this way. That is insane. Keeping an eye out for the mountain lion, which is supposedly right here. I hope he left. It's interesting how quiet it is. You can hear some birds chirping and a little bit of the rainfall, but otherwise it's just silent. Oh, interesting. You can actually see some of the sheep prints here. They've obviously followed this trail. I don't see any large cat prints though, so that's a good sign. This is so wild. Just walking through a forest of bamboo, some massive boulders, and 1,500-foot rock walls. Oh wow, look at this. Mexico, USA. Whew, try not to slip as I spin around on this rock here. It's actually better to see this way. This is incredible. Alright, that is the end of the canyon. I'm gonna make my way back towards the entrance and head towards the other side of the park. And that's the end of it. Now to drive 60 miles across park. Try to get some of the mud off. going off-road. Oh, buddy. Here we go. Whole van shaking like crazy. This is one of my favorite things in Big Bend National Park. We did it 10 years ago when I came, and I'm excited. With all the rain recently, this might not be a good idea, but so far so good. Caution, winding road, no RVs, trailers. We can make it. We gonna make it, I think. Oh, buddy. It is pretty crazy. Oh, this is really narrow. Wow. We're doing this. So there are hot springs on the Rio Grande, just like 30 feet from Mexico. The other thing too is, see this? People will cross because Mexico is literally right there. Like those rocks right there, that's Mexico. People will cross and put things out and then come and collect it in the evening and ask you to just pay. I was talking to a park ranger and he was encouraging not to buy those things because it encourages people to want to come across and bring them, but instead cross legally, which you can like a few miles from here, and just go to one of the stores. So anyway, enough about that. Let's go to the hot springs. So this right here is the trail that goes to the hot springs. Pretty crazy. That's the Rio Grande right there. That's Mexico right there. Really? Where's the other? Oh, there's a little baby. Oh my gosh. This is ridiculous. This is not what I expected today. Let's go. So on the far west side of the park, you have Santa Elena Canyon. On the far east side of the park, 60 miles downriver, you have this, which is Boquillas Canyon. Also with a very short trail. And honestly, just as beautiful. I think it's safe to say camping up here is going to be gorgeous. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This has got to be one of the prettiest campgrounds around. This is the Chisos Basin campground. Chisos Basin is this bowl that we're in, surrounded by the Chisos Mountains. It's just so pretty.
Oh, yeah. Another military outpost with a gate closed over it. So we went down, and because we followed the road, there was a guy at the military gate, like barbed wire and everything. And he's like, he said something in Arabic and pointed to me. And I'm just like, hi. It was like a 20-mile day.
What an adventure. Good morning. I'm at Chisos Basin campground, and it's a little chilly this morning. I can see a blue jay, or a Mexican jay actually. Similar to a blue jay, but they live mostly in Mexico, except here on the border, crossing to Texas. And I saw them in Arizona as well. He's just chilling. You're not gonna be able to see him. I don't have the right zoom on this lens, but anyway, yeah, today I'm gonna hike up here in the Chisos. You can kind of see the mountains there. The exposure's not right. You can kind of see the sun starting to hit the mountains outside. And I'm also making coffee. Bloop. Morning. You can see this bowl that we're in right now. The sun's coming up in the valley. And we're gonna go hike up the bowl further into the Chisos Mountains. I'm staying here for a couple of nights, so it's kind of nice to be able to just leave the van here, go adventure, and then come back. So the campground's in like the lowest part of the basin, but you make your way up the hill here. It's about half a mile. It'll take you up to the visitor center and the trailheads. And there's also, honestly, a lot of sightings of mountain lions. A ranger had told me that just in like the last month or so, they've had 5 sightings here in the basin, which is kind of wild to think that there's not a bad chance that there's a mountain lion in here with me right now. And they couldn't have picked a nicer looking picture for the mountain lion, huh? It looks really angry, pissed off. For any of you photography folks out there, anyone who has experience with swapping lenses, you can understand the struggle where I like to shoot on this wide angle, but this wide angle is not good for catching wildlife unless they're as close as I am to you right now, which would be bad. So yeah, I'm gonna switch out the wide angle, kind of gamble, telephoto lens, see what happens. Out of breath, but first wild animal sighting. Really tucked up underneath. You can see these spires up above me. Wow. Should be pretty close to, I guess, the ridge line that'll take you towards Emory. Whew. So we've made it up the switchbacks. Coming over the crest now. So I think we've gone about 3 miles roughly, and we have 1.5 miles up the peak. So let's do it. Check this out. This is the Sierra Madre Occidental. That's all Mexico there. think that's Emory Peak up there. Really starting to open up now. Yeah, this is cool. Up over there, those little rocks right there. They look little from here, but it's a couple of columns that require scrambling. Rock climbing, I don't know. I'm no expert. So this is the exposed part right here. I remember it from 10 years ago. There's a little bit of exposure. Give you a look here. If you can see down that way. I'm kind of gonna put the camera down as I go up the rock. What a view. Put these on. So they don't fall. A little bit of exposure. All right, let's keep going. I gotta go up there. But look down there. We made it.
I think this is our road coming in from the entrance gate. So you can just see the peak just for a little bit. You see the front face of the basin.
This is the top Emory Peak, the top of Big Bend National Park. Get some pretty insane views and a pretty crazy scramble up, like you saw. Going down is gonna be just as fun. But seriously, it is worth it. If you can stomach the exposure, you feel comfortable with it, I definitely encourage it. But if you're not feeling comfortable, I don't encourage it, don't do it. So if you think this view is great, behind me, if you kept hiking down beneath Emory Peak and went all the way to the edge of the Chisos Mountains, you reach what's called the South Rim. It's basically where there's just like a cliff wall that drops off into the desert below. And honestly, that is arguably the best view, depending on what you like. I went there 10 years ago, and it is a bit more of a hike. It adds, I don't know how many more miles, but in the interest of time, and just to leave you with something, I'm not gonna go there today, but if you come here and you want the best views, Emory Peak, the Window, and South Rim. Those are 3 can't go wrong spots. This little spot's pretty nuts because it drops off here and obviously here. Like huge. This is like a bulb, a little peninsula sticking out. This is so nuts. Look at that. One last look. Time to go down. Feels way more wild going down. Make sure I don't accidentally hit the camera with my backpack. send it tumbling. And if you don't want to go all the way to the top, stopping right here just beneath the scramble is still just an amazing view. You can see between the rocks out into the mountains. You'll get a better view from here. So,
Okay, you were up there. How
Yeah.
did you get up there?
I can show you. Last morning in Big Bend, and honestly, the last morning of 22 national parks, because from here I'm heading back to New Orleans. It's been a good run. For sure, one of the most beautiful campgrounds out there. You really can't beat being in this bowl. It's amazing. And you know, it's not in California, it's not in Colorado, it's not in Wyoming or Arizona or Montana, Washington, all these really popular states for outdoor recreation. It's in Texas, along the Mexican border. It's just really hidden out here, and it makes it a gem. After leaving Big Bend, basically making the trip all the way to New Orleans, which is a 15-hour drive if you went straight, but I've broken it up in 2 days of roughly 7.5 hours. Feels weird after 9 months to be driving around to be scooting all the way back to New Orleans. I don't know that I've ever filmed while I'm getting gas. I was able to see Jonathan, one of my friends from growing up, from high school, roommates at university, and see his wife Jessie, who went to the same university as us, and their baby Hayden, who just turned 1. I hadn't seen him yet, so that was pretty cool. I am almost to Louisiana, maybe like 250-ish miles from home, so this is the closest I've been in 9 months. Woo! Towards Lake Charles. That moon is looking crazy. Look at that moon. We are crossing the Sabine River, marking the border of Texas and Louisiana. Woo! We are in Louisiana! feels so crazy driving in my parents' neighborhood. It's been since June that I drove away from here. It's been over 15,000 miles ago. And all around the US, basically to the Canadian border, to the northwest corner of the US, the southwest corner of the US, and along the Mexican border all the way back. Pretty wild. It's gonna be cool.